I'm sensing a Rosalina.
Ooh, you may be right. GameProdigy versus JaySon.
But I may be wrong.
Should I call him JaySon or Jason?
Call him JaySon.
Jason.
Shout outs to Heavy Rain.
Nice. Jason.
Jason.
Oh, man.
Hey, Iggy just showed up. That's cool.
But you know what else is cool? We're not seeing the Rosalina.
Ooh.
Does that look like a galactic princess?
Ooh. No, it doesn't.
I mean, how you going to do it? I know you're a Ken fan, but how you going to do Ryu like that? All right. Here we go in the losers bracket. GameProd versus JaySon. And man, JaySon, I feel like he's one of those foxes who's been putting in a lot of work. Maybe a mini phenom in the works, actually. But I think he is destined to be perhaps even bigger than that. The next Larry Lurr, so to say.
That crispy, perfect shield sound effect. I love it. Ryu, take it home. Yeah, crispy. Thank you.
Yo, why couldn't we see the Daigo, huh? Why didn't he parry every single one of those kicks?
Oh, yeah, seriously.
And then counter with an excellent punish afterwards. That would have been excellent. But, you know, we're not going to be seeing an Evo moment just yet for GamerProd, who even though we know him for that Rosalina, he still has this pretty solid Ryu overall.
Speaking of Daigo, that new tech was actually technology started from a long time ago from Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
And from Ryu's jump in, hard kick attack to a buffer Dragon Punch. And if they wake up block, the Dragon Punch doesn't come out. But if they do an invincible move, the Dragon Punch does come out.
Huh.
So that's why we started looking into all this tech for option selects, because Daigo is one of my favorite Street Fighter players. The Ryu not looking enough like Daigo right now. Let's see if he can channel his inner, crouch medium into fireball.
Well, we're seeing the fireballs, and look, JaySon immediately implementing that reflector, sending that right back to him. And this is interesting. Both of these players are playing very combo-oriented characters, but nice! That was an excellent grab after that power shield.
No, he should have perfect parried into a Dragon Punch and killed Fox at 96, no problem. But yes, if you're gonna play Ryu, you have to be Ryu. I want to see some more parries, full parries.
I mean, you're waiting for that DP. You're waiting for the DP.
So he can just throw it out a lot more. It's pretty safe, especially when there's a platform on top.
Yeah, but I don't know. At this percent, I feel like he has to be a little bit cautious, because if he whiffs, just like in Street Fighter, there's a lot of opportunity for your opponent to punish.
He had no invincibility. So when he shined right there, he couldn't do anything else but drop to the ledge. He should have just charged a down smash.
Ooh, GameProdigy.
I'm not sure how many of Ryu's moves actually hit below the ledge. But there is an old tech of the week if you guys want to scout it out of lots of Ryu application.
I like that. The fact that he FADC'd back and then got the shield in to bait out the up smash, really good. But again, how is he going to close out the stock? Ryu is definitely a heavy-hitting character, has a lot of really great options, but GamerProdigy just isn't finding it, even though he's playing against a pretty light character.
Yeah, so this is the jumping syndrome we saw earlier.
Ooh.
Ryu has some pretty great normals. He can jump in and do a lot, but you got to learn how to transition, just like Street Fighter, from air to ground. Jump in, jab, jab, low, medium to Dragon Punch to Fireball. You've got to chain it from the ground to the air and from the air to the ground. And he was pretty much playing like what I like to call melee style. Jump air, jump air, jump air, jump air, move around, jump air. Ryu is very much like Ryu. He will get a lot of his strength from the ground.
So he has a character switch here to Rosalina. How do you think that this matchup is going to do for him?
Rosalina has some solid edge guarding tools against Fox. Stop the illusion first, and then you can just down air to town. Downtown.
Fox.
Town and city. Down air to downtown city.
I mean, Fox, of course, is definitely one of those lighter characters. So we wouldn't be surprised if we saw GameProd maybe netting an earlier KO if he's able to have Luma in play. But already you're seeing that JaySon so solid at taking out Luma very early. And that Nair, I think, is going to be really big.
Rosalina is always so surprising with the strength that she can wield from almost nothing. So,
what are some good options that JaySon has overall to deal with Luma?
So JaySon, okay, so here's the thing that I would love to start a new video series on how to, play the matchup for each individual character. And for Rosalina in particular, you need to believe that Luma is the worst character in the game. So you tell me why Luma is the worst character in the game.
Because she dies after you do 50 damage on her.
She has hit points. Yes. Another one. Got another one.
She doesn't have her own recovery, so to say.
Yeah,
she's separated.
Attached to Rosalina. And
Exactly.
the last one. Well, just two. She has no shield. She doesn't keep a consistent color. Yes, typo. But no, the last one is that Luma has really low priority. If you just fight Luma, you can clash any of its attacks, even those scary down airs, up airs, down smashes, forward smashes with any lingering hitbox. So with all that knowledge, you can beat up Luma pretty easily.
Ooh.
All you need to do is just space and attack Luma first as if it's the only character on the field.
And that's the thing. At the beginning of this game, we saw that JaySon did a really good job of dealing with Luma, but we haven't really found this in this second stock that he's on, and it's really showing. His GameProd is honestly at on the verge of taking this game.
Right here, Fox needs to walk forward and start punking Luma. Like, Luma can't do jack if you start. No, see, jumping in between a death trap is not a good idea. You need to just stand as far away from Luma and go, I know your range, and if I throw an attack, you can't beat me, but I can definitely beat you, and you have a limited amount of hit points.
You know, that was an opportunity, I feel. He had the knockdown, but didn't really capitalize. GameProd, however, capitalizing with the down smash. And here we are, one game apiece. About to go to game 3.
So if I were hanging out next to our friend JaySon, he's got some good coaches running and trying to help him out. But you definitely need to learn that Rosalina is not your target when both are on the field, unless you separate them. Then you can pick and choose and really start to play what I love. My favorite part about the Ice Climbers matchup in Melee, way back in the day when there was almost no Ice Climbers and I was training with wobbles all the time. I was like, this is how you play the Ice Climbers matchup. You separate them, and you stand in the middle, and then you mix up which one you're going to attack. The opponent doesn't know what you're going to do. You're like a little Popo, a little Nana, a little Nana, and then they're just like all off balance, right? Same thing with Rosalina.
Yeah, and it's big. I think that it's important to take out Luma when you can, but at the same time, make sure you're not tunnel visioned. You have to be very cognizant as to where both Rosalina and Luma are.
Right.
But when you have those opportunities, you have to be capitalizing.
I just do some YOLO up Bs with Mario. Just cleanly takes Luma and Rosalina away and knocks Luma into free fall.
Isn't back throw with Mario really good too to deal with Luma?
If you use Rosalina to hit Luma, almost half the stage just off the side. So you got to know which moves send Luma into free fall like easily. I'm not seeing that Fox has many, but I do know of one. He just use that up B. Close range, Prodigy will probably shield. He just needs up B right there. Just burn them all and then drive down to Rosalina and Luma will go flying.
It's a very unorthodox option.
It's what I did to Wobbles when I played Fox a little bit. I used an illusion through the ice breath, and it teleports you to the other side. It's super fun.
Oh, man. Okay, this is, I think, the most important part for JaySon is how much damage he's able to do. Right there, only got one hit after taking out Luma, but maybe an opportunity here.
Oh, that was so close.
He had Luma in tumble. I think he needed was like an F tilt, and it would have been enough.
Just off the stage. So there's two things. Once you get Luma off, great. But then the second thing is, what do you do once it's just Rosalina? A lot of them play defensively, a lot of them roll. You got to have a game plan. And if you can't get them, make sure that right when Luma comes back, you're ready to take it out.
And don't get me wrong, especially when I think about Mega Fox as a Fox main, he's really good at maneuvering around the platforms and utilizing it in ways where he can avoid some of the pressure and come in with some really nice approaches. But the one thing that the platform does in this matchup is that it gives Luma an earlier place to land, more time where she's not necessarily in the tumble animation.
Yeah.
And that could potentially prevent some opportunities that JaySon has to close out quick options against Luma.
Down tilt, yep, they love that.
And they love those up smashes. They love those up smashes. 97% on GamerProd as he takes that stock from JaySon. But like Fox, Rosalina also a very light character in this game. All he needs is an up smash, but he cannot fish for it. Finds it. That's going to take the stock. We're down to one stock apiece on game 3 with only a 14% differential.
Right, the match is looking much more even now. JaySon looks much more confident. GameProdigy is using different things from Luma. You saw a little bit of separation there, but he tends to opt for keeping them close, and let's see if JaySon makes the appropriate adjustments.
game is trying to be so tricky. I like the space that he's keeping in between, right? He's not going in with as many in-between airs as you called him out before. He's spacing out his aerials a lot better in a form where it seems like he's either going to be directly colliding slightly behind Rosalina or he's just going to be clipping Luma.
And you saw there he did a jump in between, but he used a dare to actually have a multi-heating attack, which is much more successful when people are trying to shield grab you. It's just so hard not to hit that button early.
Ooh, and yes, you saw that JaySon try to get that roll, and GameProdigy just called it out so nicely, having Luma waiting. Almost gets clipped by that up air. Might have been curtains.
Okay, bait it, bait it, bait it. Yeah, you just need to walk around a little bit.
Very close match. JaySon taking the lead. Up smash will not be enough, but it is inching closer. Who's going to walk away with this? This is honestly anyone's game at this point. Forward air. Oh, gets the up smash on Luma. That's big because she has to fall down for a bit. A bit more time. Nice. Nair into up smash is going to take that set from GameProdigy, but we have to definitely give both of them props.
They made some adjustments. They actually changed their strategy, made way. I like that GameProdigy is using Ryu. Taking a little bit of a risk, it's always a risk, but you got to get those other characters sharpened by the fires of the tournament. So what else are you going to do but bust it out? I don't know.
I agree.